What's up, everyone? So, I thought I would talk a little bit about my night routine to help me sleep better, to get into ketosis, and live a fantastic life. And I'll talk about these. These are actually blue blockers. And you guys do not understand the importance of sleep, and not just sleeping, but the depth of your sleep and the cycles of your sleep, because that's where the magic happens with your body. You guys just keep pushing that sleep to the side. So before I go into my routine, I just want to explain that you need to consider getting rid of any televisions or computer in your bed. The reason why that is because there's a couple things. The blue light can go right through your right here through your eyelid. Hello, Steph, it's the word. And affect the visual cortex. And right back here, sending a signal to the middle of your brain to start producing cortisol. Now, what you guys might want to consider, I'm trying to find non-cheesy music, but I'm not successful. What I want you guys to consider is that, and it's so much easier to do lives as I run out the door, because I'm tired of you guys not getting proper information and just getting a lot of hype and BS that sends you down the wrong track, thinking that ketogenesis doesn't work when really you don't have the proper tools to then make your own decisions. So a lot of people don't understand that you make ketones at night. That's the reason why you test your ketones fasted in the morning, because that's objective. We want to see if your body's breaking down its own body fat. So if you're eating fat in the daytime and test your ketones during the day, it's a subjective number, because that's going to be from what you ate. And we want to know what's going on with when you're sleeping. So I like to use the glucometer as well. I should have had that in my whole list of things. I wish that I had my glucometer to show you guys the importance of using a glucometer to test your fasted blood sugar, just to see if you've slept well. Now, a lot of people think that high blood sugar numbers is because of the early morning dawns phenomenon. Now, that can be for those who've got balanced adrenals, who've got super steady blood sugar, who are in a homeostatic balance with, it doesn't matter if you eat carbs or not, just balanced homeostasis. So when you test your blood sugar, and if it's in the 90s after fasting all night, then that would be normal for somebody who had, that would be like cortisol going, come on, let's go, let's start our day. But I don't know anyone like that. Everyone that I know, except for like a tiny handful, can lie in bed just a little bit longer. And when I ask people if they get directly out of bed, they're like, yeah, in 15 minutes. I'm like, no, like 3 minutes, you're up, let's go. That's cortisol, that's the early morning dawns phenomenon in the context of being okay with the amount of blood sugar. So what you do at night is so important. What I try to get you guys to do is to start visualizing you going to bed as soon as the sun goes down, because now it's winter time, so the sun is going down earlier than normal, especially in the northern hemisphere where food does not grow. You vegans out there that think that because of your northern European heritage that you should be eating plants, you're not equatorian, but I digress. What you want to consider is a few things. This is my night routine. So around 5, I start thinking, these are the things that I'm going to do by 7:30, max 8, and visualizing already going to bed. When it comes to showers, when it comes to, putting kids to bed, when it comes to cleaning up the house, laundry, don't do that right before bed. Because don't even read in your bed. Because if you have a very sensitive adrenal system, that cortisol just wants to spike. People keep thinking that they're waking up in the middle of the night because they've got to pee, when really we have these really powerful hormones that block this sensation of urination. It's not the pee, y'all. It's waking up and that hormone going away, and then you notice that you have to pee. So typically that's because of unstable blood sugar. Now it can be because of your gallbladder releasing bile. It could be just simple inverted cortisol hypoglycemia, which you don't want. I'm just saying. So with that said, I want to go into what I do, which is number one, I visualize going to sleep soon. That means get everything done before 8 o'clock. And I mean everything. Number two, the second thing that I do is have a cutoff limit to technology in terms of watching it. So at 9 o'clock, it's got to go off. Now, sometimes it doesn't because I'm doing consultations, and that's the only, I do internationally in a live video chat, and sometimes I can't avoid staying up later, and you guys won't be able to as well. But on the daily, cut everything off by 9, and by 9:45 I want to be in my bed, and I want to be asleep by 10 minutes. If you're falling asleep in a minute, that's not good sleep. That's hypoglycemia. That's, adrenal crashing. You want to drift nice and easy into sleep. When you're getting over 15 minutes, y'all, that's taking too long to go to sleep, because being at the DMV or being at a doctor's office, just sitting there for 15 minutes, you want to pull your eyeballs out and eat them for breakfast. That wouldn't make very good meatballs, but I digress. So with that said, I'll get everything done. Showers, work on the computer, everything that I need to do. Cleaning up of everything, because I like to have a clean apartment when I sit down and relax, because I want to wake up to a clean environment. So that's also very important to keeping that cortisol in the right rhythm. Cortisol should be very high in the morning and not high at night. So sometimes it inverts because you guys are exposed to blue light. Lamps, technology, keep telling your brain it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon when it's still not 2, it's nighttime. So between 3 and 4, and during the winter months, it's more around 2:30, there should be a shift where melatonin should start to spike and cortisol should be on its way down, because cortisol is a wake-up hormone, which is why I like for you guys to eat a breakfast in the morning, is because digesting food requires a lot of energy. Cortisol. That's why we want to set our body to the right circadian rhythm. You fasters who drank that friggin' Jim Jones Kool-Aid, y'all need to consider things on a physiological level, not just I intermittent fast makes me feel fantastic. But you look at people and they start to develop crepey skin, they have dysregulated blood sugar. And we don't want that. We want regulated blood sugar. Now, what I like to do once the sun goes down, probably about, in the winter months, about 30 to 45 minutes. In the summer months, it can be for an hour to an hour and a half. I put these bad boys on. Yes. These are blue blockers. Now, there's different companies on Amazon. I even forget. I think this one is Gamma or something like that. And there's another one called Spectrum. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. But I've got 2 different kinds. This is a more clear type. So they just look like glasses. So if you guys are driving home from work, these are really great to put on. Or if you are around people so you don't look like a weirdo with orange or yellow glasses. Now, another thing that's really, really important is to take magnesium glycinate if you don't react to it. Magnesium glycinate an hour before bed. Now, if you guys are taking citrate to poop, you also do that at night so you can produce stool in the morning. But this is to relax your central nervous system. And even when I do, and everybody's like, put the brand name and the links below, and I forget, and I'll do that because girl's busy, right? I got a new boyfriend named Thunder. Yeah, he's a paint. He's not a Palomino, he's a Tennessee Walker. But anyway, I digress. So, he's keeping me busy. If you guys go to my Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic, and you can see pictures of my new boyfriend all over my stories. That's right, my stories. I haven't posted him on my page, but I will in a couple days. So here is this brand I like to use. It's called Pure Transdermal Magnesium Spray, because this stuff does not burn your skin off like battery acid. This is fabulous. And I put put that on throughout the day, and I'll take the glycinate at night. This is just a Whole Foods brand, so it's just glycinate. That's the type that you want. If you can't tolerate, try malate. But the next thing that I like to do, if I'm running around all day, because I tend to ride my bike everywhere, is to keep my blood sugar stable, is I'll take tablespoons of tallow, right? Mid-morning, pre-workout, and sometimes also about an hour and an hour and a half before bed, because this helps stabilize my blood sugar. It doesn't overwhelm my digestive tract because I've stopped eating between 5 and 6 p.m. I'm done, but I might just have a nice little heaping spoon of tallow when I'm already becoming fasted from my dinner. So my digestive tract does not become overwhelmed and not reinvert my cortisol. Now, as you guys know, a dark room is very important. Diaphragmatic breathing, which is fill that belly with air. And you're holding in that breath for about 4 seconds, and then you're blowing it out. So breathe in through the nose, hold it in, fill the belly with air, blow out, and do this also as a part of meditating or just calming down that central nervous system before bed. Now, with that said, keep a straight plumb line if you're at your desk working, because if you're sitting like this, that creates a lot of pressure, C-spine on the upper trunk. Creates problems with your estrogen, caught in that freaking gallbladder, liver. Yes, we need upper trunk circulation. And then we've got, right, a mask to dark things out if there's any light coming through. But I've created my apartment really well to where it's pretty dark in my apartment. But if I travel, these bad boys go with me, period, point blank, period. Another thing that's been helping me sleep, ironically, and not even ironically, is ancestral head to butt supplements. So you guys, I have an affiliate program. It's called Steph Keto, capital S for Steph and K for Keto. One word, Steph Keto, STEPH. But I found Ancestral by looking for ways to get my histamine down and my diamine oxidase up. And so if you guys are having a histamine response because you still haven't put your finger on what is creating that leaky gut, then that diamine oxidase production will help take down that inflammation, helping you sleep better, and I cannot speak more highly of it. So we've got Ancestral supplements, freaking amazing. They're the best company out there. We all know that. Most companies just do liver, they do brain, trachea, thyroid, adrenals, friggin' thyroid, you name it, and liver, they got it. Especially the brain for you thyroid women who need a good source of vitamin D. Thymus, yes, the glands behind the back of the lungs, which is great for DAO production. I have boxes from them that I need to unbox and do a video and show you how awesome this company is. They're called Ancestral supplements. This is taking the inflammation down, so when I sleep at night, I'm not freaking like a big balloon. Another thing, you guys want to do some dry brushing before bed. I forgot to bring my dry brush here, and drain your lymphatic system, because people tend to be very swollen at night, especially women, in their legs. And you don't have to just elevate your legs, you have to drain out the fluid through your lymphatic system. And move during the day. Move to get your lymph fluid out, because if you're swollen at the end of the day, a lot of people think it's like they start taking too little sodium because they're afraid of getting water retented. Now their sodium and potassium balance is off and you don't sleep well. You got to eat sodium, y'all. It's the way the cells communicate. You can't get away from it. Especially if you want to sleep well. And I'm getting friggin' notifications. This is a live stream, by the way. So it's time to go, guys. I'm going to go to the studio tonight and record some more videos. We need more content. And I promised myself to do a video every day. Now I'll try my best, like I used to, because I'm getting buried under a bunch of foolery with oxalate-rich high foods like almonds, people eating casein-rich cheese, and eating too much protein and vegetables on keto omnivore and too much protein on keto carnivore. Because the people doing carnivore don't understand keto. They're just doing it to preserve their gut health, and that's the main reason why. Now, people might do it because they have autoimmunity. That could be lupus. That could be diabetes. That could be a cancer, a barrage of things. But most people do carnivore because their gut is weak. And if you want that gut to heal, it's going to take a year. It's not going to take a few months. And the problem is with the confusion about keto and keto carnivore, which I think I'll talk about today, is that people really don't understand their existing health and understand their hypoglycemia, their really wacky electrolyte system going on, their ability to retain electrolytes and utilize them properly, and they don't understand their sleep, hypoglycemia, thyroid disease, and what's going on with reproductive hormones. So they just kind of go into carnivore, eat a bunch of meat, don't realize they're having a histamine response. But that's for later videos. Now I gotta go hit the gym and later do more videos at my studio, Liberate. Bye guys! And I'm out, because this music is driving me nuts. I'm just saying.